Hey guys, this is Smithy. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is a very special one. We're going to talk about all the new makeup launches that are exciting me to another level. And we have like 4 things to talk about in this video. And I'm going to create this eye look inspired by the newest Nomad Royal Europe palette because I am craving those tones on my eyes. So I wanted to create this look for you guys just to get like inspired with those tones and to just make my realize if I really need that palette or not. But yes, if you are ready to see which are like the things that are exciting me right now in the indie makeup industry especially, then please keep on watching. Let's begin. The idea behind the look is the new Nomad Cosmetics Royal Europe palette. I am craving those tones, and I recently did like a dupe video on my channel also duping the vibes of the palette, so which I already do have like all curated in this part. Ignore this portion of it, but rest everything and ignore this row. So basically these top 2 rows are like duping the matte shades of that palette, and I obviously have the multi-chromes also that I duped in several of the other shades. I want to do something inspired with that just because I do not have that palette right now with me. Have I ordered it already? I don't know. I'll leave it on the screen for you guys because I am in such a dicey position with my 10 eyeshadow palette target in mind, and especially because I do not reach out for these like jewel tones in like a normal basis. So I don't know guys. I don't know. I really don't know. I already did my base, if you don't know. Like if you cannot say. I went to church, so I did my base makeup already. For my lips, I just have like a Merit lip oil in the shade Marrakesh. Yeah, Marrakesh. And then for the foundation, I used my NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. And then I basically have this CoverGirl Clean Fresh powder. I have this Revlon Skin Lights highlighter, and then I have this Fenty Beauty cream bronzer in the shade Teddy. That's probably what I have. And for the primer, I use this one, the NYX Plump Right Pack. So that's all that I have for my face. Let's move on to the eyes, right? And I'll tell you guys the things that I'm super interested about right now at this point of time because it keeps on changing. But currently I am getting like interested back into eyeshadow palettes. Not that I was like ever away from the eyeshadow palette department altogether. But now I'm just getting a little bit more excited with the palettes that are releasing right now. I'm going to take this shade, which I duped. So I'm just going to take, so this is basically Simply Posh's Genuine Gems palette. I'll just tell you the shade names because I've written it around here. It's the tourmaline shade from the Genuine Gems palette, just in a different position, but it generally comes here, the first shade in the palette. So I'm going to put that in my crease, but like in the inner third of the crease, I would say. Definitely more of like a mid-tone shade, like that. Apart from the Nomad palette, I'm also so interested in the Sugar Drizzle, the Smiles palette they're coming out with. Oh my goodness. It feels like, it just feels like Sugar Drizzle always kills it with their like duochrome, multi-chrome formula. I really love them as a brand, like an indie brand. I really love. They give us like sparkle and shine and smoothness, and it's just so pretty and so easy to work with their eyeshadow. I really love that. I'm so excited about it. I actually, the owner of Sugar Drizzle did tell me that she is sending that palette my way. So currently I do not have that palette, but I'm pretty sure once I have that palette, obviously I'll record a video for you guys and you'll see all the swatches on the screen as well as in my Instagram, because can I help myself not to swatch that palette? Absolutely not, because I feel like it's gonna be so beautiful. Okay, so once we have that, I am also gonna take a smaller brush, and I'm gonna go into this shade, which is actually the shade which is Luxurious from the Genuine Gems palette itself. And then I'm just gonna take that right here. Just below that pink to get that purple hue. And I feel like if you are like a, jewel tone person, and if you do have this palette, you definitely can get the vibes of the Nomad palette using this palette. And I'm very, very happy with the formula of this palette too. I've never tried Nomad before, like from their eyeshadow department. So Nomad is a brand that I want to try, and I feel like I would love that palette. But am I gonna use that as much as I'm thinking that I would? I don't know. That's the only reason why I'm like thinking so much. And plus the 10 palette target that I have in my mind. But also, did you guys hear about Angelica's new brand that she's coming out with? It's called Singe Beauty. And she's coming out with brushes. I'm so happy for her. So happy for her. I feel like, oh my God, she'll kill it in the indie makeup industry. I'm going to go dip into the Beauty Bay Age of Opulance palette. And I'm going to dip into this shade, which is Hope, which also I duped for the green of that palette. So I'm just going to take that. Brush is already dirty, so I don't know how much will it pick up. I'm going to first start very lightly because these shades are super pigmented and me and green do not gel well. At least that's what I think. So, and plus I wanted to use this palette too. So very lightly grazing over that purple and pink and just getting it down on the outer corners, just like that. And then I'm obviously gonna deepen up the outer corners too. But I just wanted that hint of green. I've recently really started liking like pinks and green together. I don't know who is the Smithy who started liking greens. But yeah, it is a fact that I'm really loving that combo. And I wanted to do this video just because I did not do like I generally, whenever I'm like duping a palette, I generally do a look using the dupes that I used for that palette, and I did not do it just because I did not have like time to record that that day, like yesterday when you're seeing it. But I definitely wanted to do a look. So here's, if you were missing a look inspired from the Nomad palette, this would be your chance. Again, it's super jewel tones. So yeah, just like that. So that's how the eyes are looking so far. I'm gonna now dip into the green from the Genuine Gems, I mean, you know, the dupe palette, right? So this one, the second shade, and this actually is a shade called Emerald. So let's take that for deepening up our outer corners. It's more like a green but teal shade. So I'm just gonna take that for the outer corners right there and just deepen it up. Just like that. I'm going back into that this shade, tourmaline shade, and just melting it with that green just so that we don't lose the blend. Just like that. And I'm gonna take a tight definer brush and I'm gonna take let's do this shade, which is actually like the berry icy cranberry shade, and I'm gonna take that on my lower lash line, just like that, all across my lower lash line. And then we'll get that green back, this one, emerald shade, and just do it on the outer corners, just to tie it with the upper lid, just right there. I just don't want green all across my lower lash line just because I'm not into green so much, that's why. And then what we're gonna do is basically now dip into all the multi-chromes. I at least want to do 2 multi-chromes. So first I'm gonna take the NYX glitter glue on the back of my hand. I'm so interested in the Singe brushes too. It's definitely a little on the pricey side, and it's expected to when you are like taking your own brand, like inventing your own brand. I can only imagine like the packaging and the shipping and, you know, first investment in the product. It's definitely quite an investment. and I'm so happy. I am seriously, one, it is coming in a brush set. If it was like individual brushes, I don't know if she does individual brushes or not actually, but if she's coming out with like individual brushes, I am so interested in that, in her first brush 01, and it looks like, I'll show you how it looks like. This would be a better one to show, like this one, like a pointed one. And I feel like shimmers pick out so beautifully in this kind of brush. And this is Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH41. So the shape that she's come out with, I basically have all the shapes, and I cannot wait to see what she comes out in future also for us, like, because I feel like she's really gonna do wonders for our like industry. For the multi-chrome, I'm gonna start with this shade, which is Smith, and this goes like deep green to a orange golden yellow shade. So let's take that and put it like right there. I'm gonna take the same brush just so that you can see like how it, and this is like a smooth multi-chrome. It's not like chunky or anything, very smooth. And I'm gonna take that. Can you see that? It picks up so nicely. I'm gonna go in like a diagonal way, just because I like the shape, how it goes like that. And then melt it into that deeper green shade. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye too. And I love this multi-chrome so very much. So pretty. Okay, now for the inner third of the eyelid, I'm gonna take the Ladybug Glow Cosmetics palette, and I'm gonna take this shade, which is Wow, and I'm just gonna flip the brush on the other side and just take, again, this is also such an amazing shade. If you've not seen this in action, I mean, where have you been living? Because this is amazing, and the price point is so beautiful. Okay, wow, look at that. Okay, I'm gonna do that and then melt it with that green shade right there. It's just so pretty, like that. In love. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye. Like that. And for the inner corners, let's dip into actually one more multi-chrome from that palette itself. And I'm gonna dip into this shade, which is Citrine from It's Spell Cosmetics Flare Collection Remix palette. This is the first shade in the third row in that palette that I duped with. And I'm gonna take that right there in the inner corners. Just like that. Actually, let's do the liner on camera, because I want us to talk about the other things also that I'm interested in. And the next thing that I was interested was the, oh my god, did you guys see the Adept Cosmetics Seahorse Palettes cover that was released? Oh my god, I'm so excited to see the inside of the palette, just because, I mean, the cover itself is like jaw-dropping. It has that ombre of purple and like a silver tone to like a purple gradient ombre going on. This is Wet n Wild's Break the Proof liner, by the way, if you're wondering. And I cannot wait to see the inside of the palette, because oh my god, one, I love Adept's shimmers. They just do multi-chrome, I feel like, the best. I would actually consider Adept's multi-chrome very similar to the Ladybug Glow's multi-chrome. I mean, if you've actually tested out Ladybug Glow's multi-chrome formula, like, test their first palette out. I am so in love with this palette. Obviously, you need to love colors to love this palette, because the mattes are all like super colorful, super springy. These two multi-chromes looks very similar in the pan, but this is more red tone, this is more like magenta pink tone. This is the one that I used today. I have such a big dip going on in this stunning shade. I generally do use this in like office looks too. It's such a beautiful, smooth multichrome. I'm so close to hitting a pan on that shade, and that's saying a lot. Like, I have hundreds of palettes in my collection, and it's very rare for me to hit a pan in the palette. Obviously, if you see me hit pan in the palette, that's the shade that I really love. Like the one that's from It's Spell Cosmetics, I already have a pan here, I already have a pan here. That just tells you like what are the shades that I absolutely love. Rose Water, I'm almost there, you know. It's so good. The other palette that I really love is the MILF palette. You know, I'm like, oh my god, this is like any day pan now. It's like that because I use that all the time. So yeah, I definitely am so interested to see what that Seahorse palette is. They're also coming out with a highlighter palette. I mean, I've not seen the palette from inside, so I don't know how different it is gonna be from the rest of the palettes that we have already seen in the market. But I am super excited for their Seahorse palette. Like super. Like, it's an understatement when I say super. So those are like the 4 things that I am very excited about, like during this time. And by the time you're seeing this video, I mean 10 million things have also like released and like sneak peeked. So I don't know how much more can I tell you guys about. If there's anything that is like super exciting for me and I have not mentioned that, I will let you guys know on the screen. I'll pop a picture or something. Actually, Ladybug Glow is also coming out with new lip glosses. I'm pretty sure by the time this video goes up, she will sneak peek it on the Instagram, but she's sending those things also my way. And oh my god, when she showed me the swatches, I was like, wow. It looks more like, you know, Makeup by Mario's dupe. The new lip lacquers kind of a thing that has come out. It looks like that. I've not used it, so I don't know as yet. It's coming my way. It's almost there. So next week, maximum by next week, you'll see those videos popping in your feed. Actually, let's do something on my lips, right? Let's take a lip liner. I want to first take off the Marrakesh shade that I have on my lips because that's super warm tone and we have like a good cool tone look going on. Nothing new in this, so I'm not going to even say. KKW Beauty is 2.5. I'm going to take Natasha Denona's Yana shade, like a nudie cool tone shade. Really love like this kind of a lip with these cool tone eyes. That's like my go-to shade for all these things. So let me give you like a final look for this Nomad Royal Europe inspired look. Do let me know in the comment section below, are you picking up this palette or not? Have you already picked up this palette or not? I'm so excited for this palette that I cannot even contain my excitement because I really love these tones. I just don't wear these tones that much. I am like a very basic, neutral, bronzy and purpley tone kind of a girl. I love these looks. I just don't wear it that often. That's the only thing that I would say, but I really love it. Will I enjoy this? I would be over the moon excited. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna buy it. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, stay tuned. If I've bought it, you guys will know because I'm going to share so many looks out of it. But yes, that's all for today, guys. Do let me know in the comment section below, how did you like this video? If you did like it, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and ring that notification bell so that you're notified every time that I post next. I generally upload 3 videos every single week, every Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays at 9 AM Eastern Standard Time. Until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.